Okay guys, we're back. I'm back with not very good news on this KZ900. I took it out riding last night. About 9 o'clock. It was a real nice evening, and I just wanted to go cruise around a little bit. And I was going about 30, and it all of a sudden sounded like somebody threw nuts and bolts in a blender. And I always rest my fingers on the clutch lever, and I felt the clutch lever, bouncing back and forth a little bit, and then I heard some clunking noises. The bike was getting herky-jerky, so I pulled in the clutch, stopped it. I thought maybe one of the transmission gears went or something, and then all the noise went away. Now the bike was running fine, the engine was running fine, so I limped it home. I was close to the house. I limped it home about 10 miles an hour, and I went down, coasting down a hill, and I went through all the gears, so they're all good. So I think my clutch disintegrated or something happened in here, and I'm kind of leery about opening it, but I guess we're gonna have to, right? So we're gonna find out what happened. And that noise kind of came and went. It was very strange, very strange. And I don't ever push this bike hard or anything like that. It's just a little, cruise around bike. So I guess we're gonna find out together what happened. So I don't know. It really sucked. I never experienced anything like it in all my years of messing with these things. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I hope your day's going better than this one here for me. But we're going to find out together in real time what's going on with this girl. It's really strange, man, because when I was riding it, I've been riding it, I don't know, off and on for a couple of months now, and the clutch lever and the cable and everything's all adjusted to specs, but I found it was a little strange that most bikes I ride, when you let the clutch lever off of the grip, they start biting within a half an inch or so, and this one didn't start to bite until it was about halfway out, the clutch lever. So I don't know. Maybe something was getting ready to cut loose in here, but it felt great. I could go down the highway with it and go here and there. So we're gonna see what happened to it together. I got the oldies playing today because many moons ago I had a motorcycle I got when I was in high school. Didn't run worth a crap. I didn't know anything about bikes at that time. So I found a little motorcycle shop here in town, and I dropped it off down there, and the gentleman that owned that establishment was really nice, and I was curious about how things worked on a bike, so I went down and pestered him almost every day after work, and he told me, he said, well, if you're gonna hang out down here, you're gonna learn how to do something. And the rest is history, as they say. And that gentleman's name was Randy. He was a good friend of mine. And we built my first race bike back in 1999. I met him back in 1990. He's gone now, but hope he's with me today doing this, because I really don't know what the heck happened here. kind of scared taking this off, to be honest. See what kind of disintegration damage is in here. You guys ever have a clutch explode on you or anything? Just out of the blue? I'm just guessing by the symptoms that's what it is, so we're gonna start digging here. I was really going slow home because, man, I was just scared half to death that the back wheel was gonna lock up or something. It was making some god-awful noises. Like I said, I was less than, I don't know, half a mile from the house, so I just limped it here. But like I said, it was strange because the noise, you know, it kind of came and went. So, oh, I just heard something rattle in there. And I don't know if you guys could hear that. Look at all the metal. Well, we see what happened. Wow. That is not good, guys. Clutch spring bolt broke, or maybe even the clutch spring. No, it's still good. The bolt backed out. Look, guys, I don't know if you can see it. Look at all the metal shavings. I mean, that's kind of good news, because that's like the only thing that spins around in there. I don't know if you guys can see all those shavings. Look at all this. All that in less than a half a mile, just putting home. I don't know if you guys can pick that up or not. Okay. Man, how in the world? So, well, here's what's left of the spring. It looks like it really, it's like out of shape. You guys see that? That's really weird. Look at that thing. Never really seen this before. I mean, I've seen these clutch, you know, the springs break. But you don't really find that, obviously, until you take it, you know, put a clutch in it. And that is crazy, guys, because look at here. Here's the threads to the bolt. Let me get this gasket out of the way. I told you it sounded like a bunch of nuts and bolts in a blender. Woo! Check that out. Holy crap. Well, she's definitely going to have to get flushed out. Oil and filter. But anyway, check this out. Here's the threads. Here's the threads to the bolt. That's crazy. It just like backed out. How did that even happen? Wow. And I might be in a little deeper trouble than I thought because the head of the bolt is missing. Here's the washer. Isn't that beautiful? I don't understand that. Okay, so, good grief. We need to find the head of that bolt. And I don't see it, you guys. Oh, got it. Thank God it was in the case cover. Here it is.
Get ready, Extra Care members.
Look at that. You guys ever had any of this stuff happen to you?
Shop deals so extra they can't be
That's the head of the bolt.
Back for more every 2 weeks. Extra Care.
I don't know how that happened.
Join for free online or
here's the threads to it.
Visit your local CVS.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Here's the washer to it. Good grief, man. And there's the spring. And it's clean threads. It just like backed out or something. How does that even happen? You can see right here where it was kind of, you know, grinding a little bit. I mean, the flywheel gear looks good. I don't see any teeth broke off of anything. That's amazing. I'll get you guys close up here in a second. Okay, so here it is, man. Clean threads. It just backed out. like I said, the main gear looks good, this flywheel. So we're definitely going to do a big flush. Oil change, filter for sure. Wow, you guys seen anything like that? Have you guys had anything like this happen? These old cows are usually pretty bulletproof. I don't see any horrible damage, but we're going to pull this clutch basket out and obviously clean it all out. Probably got shavings in there. Like I said, the wheel back there looks good. I don't see any issues with that yet. So, sorry for the camera angles. I'm just trying to get you guys in there so you can see what the heck happened. We got some shavings, obviously. Yes. Ooh, look at that. Woo! It's going to be a busy day here. So let me get the socket and stuff, and I'll pull that basket off, and I'll be right back. So let me stop this and I'll start it again. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. So off camera there, I went ahead and kicked over the engine a little bit to check the gear in the back. It's all good, looks good, amazingly. But I mean, we got a little grounds on there, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. So we're going to pull this basket and see a little deeper. And the only thing I suspect out of here is probably metal shavings and whatnot. So I'm going to do this. This will take a minute. I always back them off a couple turns at a time. If you don't do that, you might break something. That's funny. Yep, I've never had anything like this happen before, you guys. This is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. That one sounds a little strange. Huh. Well, let's see. Now, the way I've always done these, like I'm showing you here, just make sure they're all backing off about the same distance.
Missed messages, no follow-ups, no visibility. Now our team calls and texts from a shared number. Tracks every
And you tighten them down the same way, obviously.
Over 60,000 businesses use open phone.
That one sounds strange. I don't know what.
Plans start at just $15 a
Maybe
month.
there's a little piece of metal in there or something.
First 6 months of
We're going to take all this apart.
open phone.
I'm not going to bore you guys with all that crap.
Open phone. No missed calls.
We're going to take it all apart, inspect everything, go through it,
Many of them are over
and make sure
these GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more.
there's no damage to the plates or the clutches.
GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you
And I'm
save
gonna
on prescriptions.
probably spend an hour or better cleaning out this engine.
It's free to use.
Might even have to pull the pan on the bottom.
Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP.
Make sure to get all the crap out of that. That's going to be fun. Alright. Yeah, those guys look okay. Clean those. Now these guys look pretty good. Not bad. That's okay. I got new stuff over there on the bench if I need it. So, one thing about owning these 50-year-old bikes, I also have a 70 Honda over there too. It's always a wise decision to get extra clutch parts and stators and all that stuff. You know, parts that are going to wear out and starters. But I never anticipated this. That's crazy. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't see any shavings in the clutches. And that's not to say I'm not going to clean them, obviously, but hope you guys can see there. I don't see any right off the bat, so we're going to find out. Tell you what, this sucks, man. This was not fun. It was not fun at all. Horrible noise it was making, man. Horrible noise. So, I don't have a clutch tool. Been doing it for years like this. Anyway, you guys want to comment or something and see, let me know what's the butt puckering moment you had on a bike. You know, things like that. And I don't mean, you know, cars pulling out in front of you or nothing like that. We all had that. I'm just talking about things like this. Gosh, man, I remember when I was like, I think I was 20 years old. I was riding my bike. It was an old FJ 1200 Yamaha, I think. And the damn chain broke at the master length and got wadded up. Locked up the back wheel. I was going probably 70, 65, 70 down the road, down the highway. That was a butt puckering moment. But luckily, you know, we just skidded a little ways and it worked out. So, you know, shoot, I've had buddies of mine high-sided and stuff like that, and then they, I'm not ever getting back on a bike again. Well, I mean, I can understand that. I can respect that, but don't whine about wanting to ride all the time. Come on out. Okay. Well, I think our clutches are safe. I don't know. So far, so good. But that's okay. Like I said, I got another set over there on the bench. So when I got home last night, I really thought, I knew it was something happened here in the clutch basket. And all things considered, it's really not that horrible. I mean, it still sucks, but it's not that horrible. We can get through this, no big deal. And I know, I'm pretty sure, I'll have to look at my book, but I'm pretty sure they don't recommend Loctite on these, you know, spring bolts, but they're going to get it. Especially after this. This is, I don't know what happened. Can't explain it. Weird things. And I always tell my kids and everybody, anything man-made can break at any moment. It doesn't matter if it's a brand new truck, brand new bike, it doesn't matter. It can break at any moment, any given moment. Nothing's guaranteed. So, come out. I need to invest in one of them clutch tools. I really should. It's only been 20 years. But I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, those don't look too bad. We're still going to give them a good cleaning. You bet. Flush out the motor. I'm probably going to end up pulling the pan. I bet there's a lot of little guys that shot down in there. I don't really see any, but I'm not going on that. They're down there waiting to wreak havoc. All those little metal shavings. Which, you know, it's kind of cool because it's supposed to rain the next 2 or 3 days anyway. So I don't have any jobs that are pending at the moment, so it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to know, you guys, if you've had any what I call butt puckering moments. You know, on your street bikes or whatever. I mean, I'm not finding any shavings in any of these. I mean, not visible to my eye yet, but yeah, we'll see. We're still going to clean them though. If I don't like, I'll mic them and see what we got. But those are relatively new. I put them in a while back, so if they need to put the new ones in. But like I said earlier, I have never had this happen to me before. Ever. But everything went really wonky. It was horrible grinding noises and just clunking around in there. I expected, honestly, because I've always, through experience, I always prepare for the worst but hope for the best. So I thought it was going to be a little worse than this. So that's not, it's not horrible. I mean, it's bad, yes, but it's not, you know, terminal. I'm just glad it happened when I was, you know, just riding on a normal street rather than a highway or something. Because that would have been, could have been bad. And like I said a minute ago, I'm not real sure if these called for Loctite. I believe they didn't. But they're going to get it now. They're going to get it now. So we're not going to play this game again. But anyway, so I hope your day is going better than mine so far. Come on, guys. Come on out of there. Last one's always the best. There we go. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. I don't want to damage the material. There we go. Perfect. Yep. We'll spin that off here in a minute. Take the whole basket out so we can clean in behind. Not bad. I don't see any damage on the rod there, so okay. Yeah, good stuff. Not really what I wanted to do today, but wow, it's just Crazy. Crazy. And a little bit ago when I was off camera, I was inspecting things a little better. Got a little edge on there. And found out where all these aluminum shavings are coming from. So check this out. Apparently that spring popped out. That's why it was weird and kind of oblonged on top. Like that. I don't know if you guys can tell it or not. But that top was probably pressed out. And it looks like it just kind of cruised right along there, the edge of it. Shaved out little chunks. Doesn't look too bad. This plate's probably still usable. I mean, it really doesn't do nothing, but yeah, that's what it did. Pop that out. I think I got another sight glass. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Look at that crap, man. Pretty cool. Yeah. Yes, sir. Anyway, so let me pop off of here for a minute, and I got to get my impact, put the bike in gear, spin that dude off, pull the basket, and yeah, so I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back. I do apologize, I did not run the camera. I thought I was running the camera when I flushed it all out and took the basket and everything out, cleaned everything, but I guess I wasn't. So anyway, that being said, all this is pulled out, cleaned, and there's a little ball bearing that sits in there. You can get it out real easy with a gun, air gun, or a magnet, and everything's been nice, clean, re-oiled. And I almost forgot to turn the camera on doing this, because I already got 2 friction plates in there and a few more to go. But yeah, I was so nervous last night because I had just put a video on, I think a day or so ago, maybe 2 days ago, you know, talking about riding and stuff like that and how to clean the pipes. And then, you know, lo and behold, you go out riding and stuff happens. So and after I cleaned everything, I was inspecting stuff, and the clutch pressure plate itself has got some, you know, scratches and doinks on it, but I don't think there's anything structurally that it's not gonna bother anything. It'll just have to be what it'll be. But in my 20 plus years of doing stuff like this, it shouldn't be a problem at all. You know, it's like a couple scratches on your car. It's not gonna hurt the car any. So, and everything cleaned out well, man. I flushed everything out, put a little end scope up in the drain hole for the filter and the oil drain hole, and I didn't see any metal shavings, so I don't think they got in there. Didn't have time to go that far, so that's good news. Now, putting the clutch back in, I don't think I mentioned this before, but on these oiling plates, whatever you want to call them, they're the way they're stamped and made, manufactured, and you can feel them. See, now this one on the side showing, it's got a sharp edge right out here, and on the other side it's more rounded off and smooth. So I tend to put the sharp edges in. That's just the way I was shown how to do it many moons ago when I was like 17. So that's the way I do it. I don't know if I mentioned already, I think I did, about using the conventional oil. Do not use synthetics in these old bikes because your clutches don't like it and they will not last long. And they'll slip and slide and do all kinds of funny stuff. So, yeah, it's been quite an adventure today doing this thing, but I'm sure we will prevail. So, some of these guys can be a little fiddly to get in there, but they'll go. Anyway, if you are still with me on this kind of boring video, I appreciate it very much. And I was raised, you know, you can fix something for somebody and they'll be good to go, or you can teach them how to fix it, you know, and then they learn something. So hopefully what I'm doing here today, sharing this with you guys, you can pick up a few tips, or you know, get a little bit better understanding about how a clutch system works on these older bikes, and you know, you won't be intimidated on tackling this project, because man, I tell you what, I know what shops charge. The labor rates are freaking outrageous, and in case you don't understand how a clutch works, I'll explain it to you here for a second while I'm doing this. So when you pull your clutch lever in, it pulls a cable, which pulls a little arm actuator, and that arm actuator will move out about, oh, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or an inch. And there's a long rod that runs right through here, right through the casings, you know, to that actuator. When you pull in your clutch, pushes that rod, which in turn pushes the ball bearing, which in turn pushes this, and it takes the pressure off of your springs in your clutch basket. So if you're sitting at a stoplight or something like that, then when you let off the clutch, everything is reversed. It allows the clutches to sandwich in the basket and make friction, and you go. It's pretty simple, but a lot of people get super intimidated by this stuff, and I don't know, I just have a thing where I'm just gonna do it and I'll learn along the way. So we'll learn along the way. And I was doing this long before cell phones, even, if you believe that. So Google wasn't even heard of or anything else, and we had to get the books. And the books are helpful on torque specs and everything, but for me, in my case, I was, I guess you could say, blessed to meet Randy that I was talking about earlier, because when I get my hands on, that's when I'm learning. So, and he taught me pretty much everything that I know about these bikes. Very cool guy. I miss him. Okay, there's the end one. They cleaned up pretty good, but I'm going to show you guys. It chewed it up pretty good, but there's no, I don't know if you can see that. There's no cracks or anything like that, and it's just very light. So there's nothing coming off. I already got it all cleaned. Boy, it sure did make a lot of racket, I'm telling you. Whew! Scared me half to death. Because like I said earlier, I don't push this bike. I mean, she can get with it, sure. But I don't, man. I just cruise. And I was really scared that something bad, like real bad, happened. So anyway, so your pressure plate goes on. Ah, yeah. And now you have completed your clutch sandwich. Carb cleaner here, get this oil off. So, next step, we're gonna get the clutch cover and put it on. So you guys give me a second. I got to get this oil off my hands because we're going to be using a gasket and stuff, and you don't want none of that on your gaskets. So I will be right back. Alright, so we're not messing with that right now. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Your clutch springs, they're pretty much the same. The flat side, they should be ground flat. I don't know if you can see those or not. They should be ground pretty flush. And generally, a rule of thumb that I do is I really can't find anything in the books, but I put what looks to be the flattest, flushest side in. So I've checked these out already, and they all look pretty even. So, okay, so you stick these guys in. No big deal. Go ahead and blast them off while I'm talking. I'm pretty sure I cleaned them, but just make sure. We will make sure. And I did have an extra clutch kit off of an old other bike. So all right. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not messing around with this again. I have never ever had a clutch basket bolt work its way out and do any of this ever. So very strange. So I went and got my little friend blue Loctite, and each one of these guys are gonna get it. So we're not gonna play this game again. This is blue, which is a medium. Wow, that really came out. So it's semi-permanent. It'll hold them, they won't walk out. I like to do these by hand. And you do them like a star pattern, you guys, like on your lug nuts on your cars, on your tires. When you go to tighten them down. So, and I did clean everything out. All the threads are cleaned out. You know, I use carburetor cleaner. I use the cheap stuff from Walmart. Why, do you ask? Because it works well, it's cheap, and it evaporates. Some of that, like gum out and stuff like that, that carb cleaner, it leaves like a film on stuff, and I do not like that. So, it's just a matter of personal preference, whatever you guys like. That's just my preference. I don't like to have any residue or anything like that left over on my parts. You know? Stuff really pours out there. That's okay. And on your bike, there may be a spec on how, you know, how many foot-pounds or inch-pounds to torque these down to. But on this particular bike, there's nothing. It just says tighten down. It's pretty vague. So that's what we're gonna do. And this takes a minute, but I want to show you guys real time. You know, these are just little 10mm. So I like to just go around and give each one or two. That's about it. Get them started. And there's a couple ways. Like I said a minute ago, you can star pattern it, or you can just walk each one around like one turn. It just depends on what kind of mood you're in, I guess. But the point being, equal pressure at the same time all the way around. And I've seen guys, new techs come in and stuff in my past years working, and these guys come in and boy, they're just full of piss and vinegar and they're hot shit, you know. And they come in and start tightening these down one at a time, and all of a sudden crack. Yeah, you go ahead. I will sit here and take my time and do it like this. So yeah, and then once they got a pressure plate took out of their paycheck, they learned. But nowadays I'm sort of semi-retired. I just kind of do this out of my own little shop here at the house, and I do work for other guys too on their bikes as well. But you know, I don't run full blast 50 hours a week or anything like that on them. So looks like it's walking out a little bit. There we go. So anyway, there's no torque specs on this one. It just said tighten down. I thought that was kind of funny, because almost every other bike, there's torque specs. A lot of times doing this, I kind of go by feel. You can feel them. The trick is to get them all to snug down within a few turns of each other. Yeah, I didn't have another pressure plate. I only had springs and bolts off of another bike. But that's okay. Yeah, I hope this video helps one of you guys out there. If I can help one person, that's good enough for me. You know what they say, you can catch a fish for a guy for a day and feed him for that day, or you can teach him how to fish and feed him for his life. Words to live by. We need a lot more of that nowadays. That one's starting to snug down. So these other guys should be a couple turns. There it is. There's that one. A couple turns out. That one's there. You see how it all worked out? 3. There it is. And I just give these guys one hand tight. I mean, they don't have to be cinched down. So just seat them down. About, oh, I don't know, maybe just a little less than you would a spark plug. There we are. Excellent. Feels good. Double check. Good. 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 And with getting older, you know, buying older bikes and stuff, you never know what you're gonna get. That's what happened here. I have never ever seen Never seen one of these bolts back out and do all that damage. That one again. That's good. Okay. Now, like I said, with that Loctite, just let it set up for 24 hours so it's fully cured. Okay, I'll be back in a second. We're going to put the cover on and put some oil on this old girl. Okay, I'm back. We're going to do the side cover now. So here you'll see no silicone, no gasket maker, anything like that. Now, what I do with these, I'll put them on the bench, get everything nice and clean, get all the old gasket material off, you know, the parts. And then I will use a little bit of, like, you know, the gray gasket maker, or even the cheap stuff at Harbor Freight, you know, gasket sealer. And you just put a little, just a little bit. See here? Just a couple touches here and there of your finger to hold the gasket in place. That's a little trick. And that way, you're not fighting, you know, when you're putting it on. It leaves it a little room to move around and all that good stuff. Because I've worked on mini bikes, this one included, man, when I did the new sprockets and everything, and I did the stator and everything on the other side. Man, somebody, whoever worked on it, who knows when, whoever did, just sealed the living crap out of everything with that silicone. And that stuff, it takes forever to clean it all off. Because when you put your parts back on, the surfaces have to be absolutely clean, or you'll have leaks show up out of nowhere. And whoever tells you that you have to have that gasket crap on motorcycle gaskets is full of crap themselves. They do not require any silicone gasket maker or anything like that. Now, if you're in an absolute emergency, you're in a pinch, then, I mean, I guess you could use it. You know, if you haven't got a gasket and you're traveling or something, and you could, but you're gonna have to wait, you know, 24 hours for that stuff to cure out. So if you have the time, order the gasket, just put it on. You don't have to use any of that silicone stuff. I don't care what anybody says. And I've done this my whole entire life. The man that taught me did that his whole entire life. Never had a leak on a bike. So in doing this, we just put them wherever. We just want to get it kind of loosely on there and make sure all the holes are clear. The gasket's not in the way or something. So good, she should stay right there. You can probably put just a couple of 4 in, she'll stay. Well, I'm getting pretty excited, I'm not gonna lie. I can't go ride today because it's storming out, if you guys can't hear it. It's storming pretty good. Put that wooden block in there to keep the brake pedal out of my way. And to do that, you need to loosen up the brake adjustment on the back. Loosen it way out. Readjust it later. Now I like to start at the bottom and tighten these up and work my way out and up. That way it kind of lays down like a piece of paper and it gets a good seal. You start at the bottom because that's where all your oil is going to sit. And these don't have to be super gorilla tight. I mean, they got to be snug, but not super duper snug. Just about one good hand tight on these Allen wrenches here. About like that, good and tight. Don't overdo it, you guys, because your engine casings and everything else are only aluminum, so they will strip in a heartbeat. I had that happen too over the years. And this particular bike here, pretty much most of the KZs, all the KZs, they have the oil drain plug up front, and then they have what me and some of the old timers used to call a drop and run filter. Because it's humongous. The hole is like humongous, like 4 inches, and you loosen that sucker up and all the oil just whew, if you forget to drain it first. So I had to loosen up the header, take the pipe off to do that. I wish I would have remembered to turn the camera on, but it's not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. Damn, did I move that camera? No, okay. But this is kind of like a fun video, I guess. I mean, you know, I started off this morning scared half out of my wits. I'm like, oh Lord, it's gonna be this or that, and it wasn't so bad. But I would have argued last night, it sounded horrible. I thought everything just broke. I thought everything in the engine broke. Oh man, so I know it's taking some time, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know, how long it actually takes. And why motorcycle techs make a lot of money. I hope they do. If they don't, they're working at the wrong shop. Like I said, if you can pick something up from one of my videos, or you know, learn how to do it, or get a better idea of how things work, then you can save yourself a ton of money. And usually them bike shops, I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in St. Joseph, Missouri, and the bike shops around here, we have like 3 and 1 Harley shop, and out of those, I would say, and Harley Davidson is probably the most competent. So yeah, I said it. And the guys that I used to work for, they closed, retired. And that's that. I went out on my own. I worked at a couple shops down in Kansas City and stuff, but I just got to where I don't want to do it 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's hard on my hands. Oops. Alright, we are about finished with this. I'm going to cut it and put some oil in it, and we'll fire it up. I got a lot of cleaning to do, man. I got oil everywhere from all that crap. Jeez. Okay, we'll be back in just a second. Okay guys, we're back. I didn't want to bore you with putting oil in it and stuff like that. So I started it and tested the clutch and everything seems good. Like I said, I can't really go riding today because it's raining, so let me start it up real quick and give you a little. She seems to be good. Well, thanks for sticking with me in this long video. But we're going to road test it tomorrow. But I'm sure it'll be okay. So, well, thanks for sticking with me, like I said. And, you know, there's not much to these old bikes if you learn how to do it. So, have a good one, and we'll see you guys next time.